With the morning update, I'm Matt DeGroot. Supermarkets are implementing buying limits to deal with supply chain issues that are now extending to everything from cars to fast food. A shortage of workers due to COVID and isolation is seeing stocks of chicken, red meat and fresh fruit and vegetables all fall. The Serbian Prime Minister has weighed in on the NOVAK DJOKOVIC visa drama. Ana Barnovic says the government has offered a guarantee the world number one will abide by Australian regulations if allowed to stay. Cyclone Tiffany has reformed and is moving across the Gulf of Carpentaria towards the Northern Territory. Coronavirus patients are being advised to stay away from shared cyclone shelters to limit the spread of the virus. Meanwhile, the World Health Organization says within 2 months, more than half of Europe will be infected with Omicron. Hans Kluger says the continent has registered more than 7 million new cases in the past week.
At this rate, the Institute for Health Metrics and Evaluation forecasts that more than 50% of the population in the region will be infected with Omicron in the next 6 to 8 weeks.
Boris Johnson is feeling the heat for a bring your own booze party at Downing Street during Britain's first lockdown. A spokesperson for the British Prime Minister is declining to comment, while the Deputy Labor leader, Angela Rayner, says he needs to fess up.
He can run, but he can't hide. It won't wash to blame this on a few junior civil servants. The Prime Minister sets the tone.
The US has condemned the latest missile test by North Korea, calling it a threat to the international community. It's the second test launch in a week, and the Pentagon says it's destabilising and regrettable. And after a 3-year absence, there'll be a host in charge of the Academy Awards this year. Jimmy Kimmel was the last MC. It's not been revealed who has the job this year. The Oscars are on March 27. In sport and in the Big Bash, wins for the Sydney Sixers over the Melbourne Renegades and the Perth Scorchers over the Melbourne Stars. Australian tennis player Ajla Tomljanovic has had a first-round win of the Sydney Tennis Classic, but Alexei Popyrin and Chris O'Connell have been knocked out. And Dutch Olympians preparing for next month's Games in Beijing are reportedly being told to leave their phones and laptops at home to avoid Chinese spying. And that's the latest from the Nova podcast team. We'll see you this afternoon for another episode of The Update.